Good morning, people. Good morning, traders. So I'm doing this quick video like to give you an example on how to scalp daily. Basically, the most difficult part here is to focus on a trend and try to determine what could be like the trend for that particular day, like to scalp. So what I do like every day, first of all, when the chart is switching like to a new bar on a daily chart, I try to look for potential setup on the daily. So let's say, for example, like around here, like I knew that USD CAD was in an uptrend, right? So in an uptrend, what we want to buy is we want to buy the dip. Okay, so we want to buy here, around here, we want to buy here, we want to buy here, right? So we can see that the market is pulling back and now is retracing, like is resuming the trend basically. So we're pulling back, we're resuming, and so on. So for example, like in these last days, like for USD CAD, like this area of interest was pretty interesting for me because first of all, like we need to draw like to draw our trend line to give us an idea of how close we can be to the trend line before we resume back the trend, right? So around this area, like we had like this little candle, which was like, particularly strong for me. So if we put like um, a line on this one and we turn back on the 4-hour chart, trying to zoom out a bit here. So we could see like, we were starting like a drop. So basically when people say like, okay, I'm trading on the 4-hour, but referencing myself on the daily chart, like they do exactly what I'm doing right now. And they switch on, for example, like the forward chart, and they take their chance here, like using the stochastic can give you like a great idea or a great area like to jump in, for your entry, like when we get like across from the main line to the signal line around this area. So having like the stop loss under this support area, like you can see like this line, which is like the support area. So basically the deal here is to try to focus and see like, okay, tomorrow should be this candle. Okay, so let's say like this candle would not be there, but I'm saying like there start to be like a resume. So I try to focus and getting back like on my 4-hour chart and see that stochastic is oversold. So basically what I'm doing is in my plan, I'm saying like, okay, there's a great potential like that tomorrow USD CAD will have like a big and nice push up. So basically like I'm gonna switch this line. So basically we start the new day hoping that we resume the trend like the next day. So when the market opens, basically what I'm doing is I'm going on like on smaller chart, and on a 4-hour chart like it looks good so far. However, we have like small candle, but if we still rely on our daily chart, we know that the market will go up, or there's a big chance. That's the key. We know that there's a big chance that the market will still resume and will push up because we are still above our trend line, and we start to see like the resume of the trend above the trend line. So we're not even touching the trend line. So this is a sign of the market being strong. So basically the next day what I'm doing is I'm switching like on a 5-minute time frame. I'll try to zoom back a bit. Let's see if I can grab my, okay, so my bias is long, right? So I'm gonna switch to my preferred template, which is my MA template. Okay, so I'll have to put my line back again. So my expectation was around this area, like the market to resume, right? So basically, I am on the daily. I'm starting my new day trading uh, session. So I want to go back, on a really smaller time frame, like I'm a scalper. So I scalp. So I scalp the market, and I like the 5 minute. So don't forget, our bias is long for that day because we're hoping that market will resume, right? So I'm looking for my bar. Okay, so perfect. So here, I'm starting here. So the only focus here is to see buy opportunities. Okay, so we want to wait, like for especially like USD CAD, we want to wait for the session to open, so the US session. So what is the best time like to trade the US session is the overlap basically between like the opening of the London session and when the US session opens. So around like I would say like around like 5 a.m. New York time, like I would say, like things starts to move. So for me on my chart, it would be like around like 12. So in this area, so okay, so we start around right from here, like 12 is around this area. So I see the market is still flat. Okay, so ATR should probably be very very small. So there's not much. Oh, here I see activities, but I don't move. So here we have like our big like fat bar. So possibly this is like a catch. So people will think, oh, we're shorting the market. So we short. So everybody like short the market and short, as you can see like here there's the big fight, right? So institutional and market makers like are making a huge amount of money around this area because people think like, oh, we're going down because of this fat bar, but no, our bias is long, as we saw like on the daily chart. So we don't get out of focus because we did great thing here. So great analysis on the daily. So we know where we're going. So we're looking for buying opportunities. So basically, this is the signal that tells us like, okay, market is waking up, but we don't take action right now because we want to wait for buy signal. So we let the market do its thing, do its thing, do its thing. So it's ranging, catching like some trades, market makers making a lot of money, and then boom, we have like this big bar with almost no wick that crosses like our like resistance fractal, short-term resistance fractal, and then I'm going long on this next bar. So basically, I'm opening an order, putting my stop loss underneath, which is like around like 20 pips, give it or so, and my focus is try to make 40 pips out of this. So basically, like my take profit, I could put it like at 40 pip, or I could still, sorry about that. I can still run, whoop, I can still run my profit just by dragging my stop loss as soon as we make like a new low. So around this area, we wait for the bar, we wait for this bar to be drawn on the chart, and we can like move up our stop loss around here, like riding the momentum. So we would make like a great, as you can see, if we move like our stop loss every time we see like this line, this support line, fractal line, we can make a lot of profit because we would have been stopped like around this area or this area. So this is a huge move. So we would risk like 20 pips to make 110 pips. This is like a phenomenal trade, and people makes a lot of money because of those trades. And what's the trick again is to know where to look for or what to look for on the day you trade. So if you are an intraday trader, it is critically important that you take a look about those daily chart. And those daily chart tells you like, okay, today we're hoping that the market will go up. Okay, because it like here, like we're pulling back. However, like we see like there's a strong push move to the upside, and then we are um, hoping for a crossover like around this area to resume back the momentum. So as we can see, like the my fast SMA is still above my slow SMA. So this is like a great push. So we're hoping that in this area that day I would trade. I would trade this particular day. So this day I would be in the market hoping for great bullish setup move to trade with. Okay, so same thing like around here. I would expect like to have like more bullish opportunities than bearish opportunities because we are in an uptrend for that particular day. So that's where people like, you know, a lot of people are saying, and they are right, we need to base our analysis based on the daily chart to give us like great opportunities like to trade the market, because it will give us like a strong bias. Either it's a long or short, we're going to hope for that day. So as you can see, you know, around here, like we are not in an uptrend. So uh, we would not trade in this area because like first of all, stochastic would be overbought. So we would wait, you know, the market to trade. This is not really my type, but you know, some people will, you know, trade the reversal for that day, but that's okay, you know. But I would be like around this area, like, you know, seeing that there's a support line and there's possibly like a push that will resume the momentum of the trade. So momentum of the trend, sorry. So basically this is why I'm saying like to know which direction to aim for during a particular day of trading is important. So rely yourself on day charts to base your analysis, you know, to get like the best pair to trade for that particular day, like to scalp. In this way, like you won't end up like going against the market, and you will have like the momentum behind you to have like successful trade. So I wish you guys like a lot of good opportunities, and don't forget, you know, take a look about your daily chart, and if you see potential on the daily chart for the next day like to trade, you know, that's going to be like a great opportunities like for you like to scalp on that day. Even though like you scalp on the 5 minute time frame, doesn't matter, you're looking for, you know, buying opportunities. So either like 5 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour, it's still like bullish opportunities that we're looking for. So you know, daily chart, don't forget, they are critically important like to know and to give you like the bias of the day. All right, take care traders, bye bye.